Hi, I'm Alejandro Quesada, and for my evaluation lesson plan, I choose Back from the Dead. Should scientists bring extinct species back to life? Yes, this lesson has a component writing in the activity. It's calling What Do You Think? It's very complex because they have 4 steps. They ask for a student for state the opinion, gather supporting evidence, summarize the topic, and write an essay about the reading. In the next question, I think the component strongly require the students communicate through a scientist lens with the real world. Regardless, the topic is difficult to share with no scientists. The lesson include a lot of elements and activities that make the students thinking like a science. They can communicate in the real world like a science, and because they have to domain a lot of complex words proper from the science. Yes, I think of course the lesson plan requires students to interact as an intellectual community. In the activities, such activities require answer with proper and advantage knowledge, so they need to understand first, and that to understand that they need to use or interact as an intellectual community. That is not a really project based because they don't have to create something. But the lesson is valuable because they can discuss a topic and maybe discuss some topic like cloning or ethical concern, and maybe they can help, but it's not really a project based. And this lesson plan requires things like a science. I think that, like I said before, because the science language that is used in the lesson, but also talking about bring life, about death, talking about cloning, that require the students have to think like a professional science in some way. Take this topic seriously without religious, ethic, or personal ideas. I think the behavior that students can learn or use or know in this lesson plan are the way to write properly, use the right words and sentence, and open their minds for new content, and make opinion like a scientist, and that is mostly the behaviors. My conclusion about this evaluation plan is that this lesson plan is a quality lesson to teach disciplinary literacy, because the reading has complex topic and complex words that require to the students certain level of knowledge, and the reading use a lot of science words, and to understand the reading the students are forced to use it and understand that words to think like a scientist, and they have to think like a scientist in the activity that is in the lesson. It's the What Do You Think activity. In this activity, they're encouraged to the students to make opinions and summarize the lesson. So in that part, they require the students to think like a scientist. So I think this is a good good lesson or it's a quality lesson to develop literacy.